Are you overreacting? Maybe. Probably. I don't know. What am I, judge, jury, and executioner? Well, today, yes. We're going to go through the best of the Am I Overreacting subreddit and be the judge of whether these people are overreacting. Let's get to it. Am I overreacting for asking my boyfriend's mum to stop calling me, quote, the backup plan at dinner? My boyfriend, 26M, and I, 24F, have been dating for little over a year. His mum never liked me, and she's made that weirdly clear. I try to be polite and not take things personally, but it's starting to wear me down. We were at his parents' house for dinner last weekend. Things were fine until his mum started reminiscing about his first real girlfriend, saying things like, she was so classy and put together. You know, not everyone has that natural polish. She then smiled at me and added, but you're a solid backup plan. Some men just want simple, and that's okay too. I was stunned. I looked at my boyfriend, who just kind of awkwardly chuckled and didn't say anything. So I said, could you please not refer to me as a backup plan? She gave me this innocent look and said, oh honey, I'm just teasing. Don't be so sensitive. I quietly excused myself and left the table. My boyfriend later told me I overreacted and that I shouldn't let her get under my skin like that. Am I overreacting for standing up for myself? No. Before we go any further, absolutely not. This is negging to the nth degree. Is that, am I using that right? You know, Gen Z is in the comments. Tell me if I'm using that right. I don't know. I'm just trying to throw out some more cool vernacular. This is outrageous. To call someone the backup plan to their face is actually horrible. I would just say I'm not talking to her again until and unless she apologizes genuinely and considers me an actual person. That is outrageous. That's crazy. That's crazy to call like and for the boyfriend not to call it out. Dump him. Dump him. He clearly thinks it's okay, which it isn't. Like that's just no, just ditch the whole family, find someone new, start a new life if you need to, because if you're at 26 and you can't stand up to your parents being really horrid to your partner, you need to grow up.
Grow up? Yeah, you should. We'll see who's grown up, won't we? Grow up. Grow up. Oh, grow up. Grow up.
This guy needs to grow up. Am I overreacting for a company insulting me when I applied? Hello, people of Reddit. I'm hoping you can cool off my steaming head with this specific company I applied at. For context, I applied with this company Wednesday, and they got back to me on Friday at 5:19 p.m. Hi, John. Just want to confirm you're still interested in this role. Good morning. Apologise for my late response time. I'm still interested in the role and would love an opportunity to speak further about my qualifications. So 2 days later, they come back again. Good morning. Is this job position still available? It does not seem to be very important to you. You have not showed for an interview. We don't hire lazy people. What? This came out of nowhere. Like based on this, there's nothing else that's happened. It's just they replied 2 days later, i.e., 0 working days later, and have followed up 2 days after that to be like, is there any update? And they go, lazy. An interview was never set up. You're right. I don't want to work for employers that don't know what they're talking about. You should maybe get your details in line first. What a joke. Talk about lazy. You have been late in responding every time. It took you 5 days to respond, and then late again. Maybe you should learn to read and look at a calendar. Great way to get a job is by being lazy and make excuses. I will post this answer you gave on Indeed, so future employers won't waste any time with you. Typical moron that insults everyone because of his laziness. You're clearly delusional. I was not contacted besides the first message you sent. No emails, no phone calls, no messages. It took 3 days to respond since you sent me a message on Friday and I responded promptly on Monday. You can't even do basic math, let alone look at a calendar. You're the most brain-dead idiot I've ever seen in my life. Can't even spell the word moron correctly. Holy embarrassment. I'll be contacting your HR department, along with posting this on the Better Business Bureau. Typically, employers that insult everyone because they're incapable of keeping their applicants organised or bothering to do their research before opening their mouths. What a joke of a company. No wonder your last guy left you. Wow. Just keep going. You're proving my point. And just keep calling me names. Right, that's all you have to say. Proving my point that you have no idea what you're talking about and showing you're incapable of scheduling things properly. What a company to work for. Thank God you showed me your true colours. Dodged a bullet with you. I pour a drink out when your company goes under. Bunch of clowns. 48 years in business. Looks like all you are is a job jumper. I would say we dodged a bullet. Stop harassing us. I will follow up the police. This is mental. This is ridiculous. Both people in this instance are crazy. First off, the company completely ridiculous here. You know, didn't give an update, which is bad enough. But you didn't show up for an interview. Well, no, because there was no interview scheduled. So yeah, no, didn't show up for an interview. Okay, so ridiculous. But the person, the original poster, you know, if they're rude, just leave it. You know, there's no good to be done here. Both of them should have left it at various points. But this is ridiculous. You know, to be an employer and to harass and insult potential employees like this it boggles the mind. As I judge these poor people going through these things, let's remember what's really important. Subscribing to me. Let's get back to the video. Am I overreacting for not clapping when my brother's girlfriend announced my baby name at the gender reveal? I'm 29 and I'm 21 weeks pregnant with my first child. We've kept the name a secret. My husband and I agreed on Ivy early on and have been just referring to her as baby to the family. Last weekend, my mum threw a gender reveal party and invited my extended family and my younger brother's girlfriend, dating 5 months, to it. After the It's a Girl part, my mum started bringing out cupcakes and my brother's girlfriend, 24, loudly says, well, I guess we can finally call her Ivy now. Everyone clapped.
Please clap.
I just stood there awkwardly. I never told her. I told my mum in confidence because she was making a quilt with initials. I pulled my mum aside and she brushed it off as she's got excited. I asked my brother's girlfriend later how she knew, and she said, your mum told me, and I thought it'd be cute to announce it. I didn't cry or yell, but I went home early and ignored texts for the rest of the weekend. My mum says I killed the mood. My brother says I'm being possessive over a name. I'm just frustrated. I wanted to introduce my daughter's name myself. Am I overreacting? No. This is becoming a bit of a theme. No, I don't think you're overreacting. I can't imagine why this 24-year-old girlfriend thought it was okay. Not actually because of anything other than the relationship she has with the original poster. Like, fundamentally, the fact of the matter is, it's not your baby. It's this person's baby. You need to let her do it how she wants to do it. And I don't understand it. She took it upon herself to announce the baby name, and I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. How did she think that was okay? Can you explain in the comments how she thought that was okay? I do not get it. So no, not overreacting at all. I'm 15 and I've been babysitting for over a year. They are more on the conservative side and a lot more religious than my family, but they're generally nice and I love their kids. Hi, hope you had a great weekend. Just wanted to reach out because I haven't got my payment from Wednesday yet. I know you guys celebrate Good Friday and Easter, so I totally get it. Probably slipped off your radar. But if you could Venmo me when you have the chance, that'd be fantastic. Hello, May. Dan and I have been talking about it, and quite frankly, we do not feel comfortable paying you the full amount after you wore such inappropriate clothing to our house. The kids love you, and we are more than happy to give you a second chance. But we cannot pay you more than $50 after you wore that outfit. Wow, I had no idea you guys felt that way. I'm so sorry I made you uncomfortable. I just wanted to be in something flexible to run around with Sarah and Eliza. That being said, 50 does honestly not feel enough for 2 kids and 7 hours. I understand you do not feel okay paying me full price, and I'd be willing to do half of what I normally charge. That's outrageous to not pay someone based on what they're wearing. Just don't hire them again. Like, if you feel that strongly about it, just don't hire them. Say, we weren't that comfortable with what you're wearing. I mean, I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid as fuck to do that. But, like, to not pay them? No. There was never anything set that said you can't wear this or you won't get paid. So, no. Absolutely not overreacting to demand being paid, regardless of what you wore. Completely regardless. You should probably share this video with your crush so they know you'll listen and won't overreact. I think that's a good idea. Anyway, am I overreacting after I found out my boyfriend's online friend group I became part of 2 years ago has been him the whole time? I guess I should have been more oblivious. It's
wrong.
But since a little before we started dating in 2022, I was added to my boyfriend's, just friend at the times, 3-person Instagram group chat with what he explained were some of his closest online friends. The other 2 accounts seemed like real people, because they had followers and comments on their posts, and drastically different aesthetics and looks to them. We eventually made a Discord server for us, was convincing enough, since multiple times we'd all be active at the same time. We never voice chatted, but I never used to voice chat either, so I didn't think twice. The group got closer, and more as time passed, I was added to their group chat. Last month we got together and planned a research trip to Hawaii for August. Like, we booked everything. So imagine my surprise when I'm over at his house tonight, and his computer is open, and I just want to log into my Google Docs, when I accidentally stumble across, first of all, follower bot sites, and also him logged in and chatting with me as one of the individuals I thought I'd become close with. And I just got this sinking feeling. I didn't jump to the idea they could fake either. I was like, maybe he had their login since they're close and is way too interested in their messages. But then I noticed that only chats within the group chats in the server. And the real kicker was the email address that was signed up was his backup email with his full name. I quite literally snooped until he got out of the shower and caught me. Which I'm not saying was right of me, but I couldn't help myself. During my snooping, I gradually became devastatingly confident that he wasn't behind just one, but both accounts. I've never seen his face so red, and he absolutely panicked and started shouting at me to get out of his business. I couldn't even form the right words to say to him. In the end, I just walked out of his apartment sobbing. It's very early in the morning, I get that, but this screenshot is what he has to say to me, and I'm starting to feel crazy. Am I overreacting about my discovery? When it finally came time for the Hawaii trip, how are you going to explain that? What were you thinking? You know something I've noticed about you? You can never be calm, and there always has to be an issue. I know you're raised in a volatile environment and still have to relearn a lot about healthy relationship dynamics, but it's like you thrive on chaos only. And we were going to see Wicked tonight. Pff, guess there that goes. What the fuck? Yeah, guess that goes out of the way because I've made up people and we planned a trip together and they're your best friends. And what the fuck? You can't be serious. I deserve answers. I'm honestly so creeped out. Basically, half my life for the past 2 years has been a complete and total lie, and you're behind all of it. Okay, don't be dramatic. You know this isn't a big deal. You're just giddy to harp on and make a bigger issue. Oh my god, this is mental. Oh my word. I feel so bad for this girl because she's just been completely screwed over. There's no other way. This is not healthy. You know, regardless of what this guy says, this isn't healthy. Strangely enough, leave now, leave and never look back. You know, you've wasted 1.5 years of your life, 2 years of your life, 3 years of your life, however long. But you just need to go. Just bolt out the fucking door. Am I overreacting to tell my mum that my girlfriend and I aren't coming for Christmas dinner? We'll try to be there around 4 p.m. then. It's around a 2-hour drive from our apartment. Is Julie planning on coming with you? Yes, she's off work that day. That's okay. Please just ask if she will tone it down some since the grandkids will be there. Tone it down? Clothes, makeup, and please don't bring up the living situation. Anything in particular clothing-wise? Living situation? She dresses very flamboyant / woke, and it makes some of the family very uncomfortable. You all are living together and not married. It sets a bad example for the grandchildren. Can we call to talk about this? At work right now. Please just pass that along to her. I'm not going to ask Julie to change the way she dresses for your Christmas dinner. She's an adult. And I cannot promise that I will not mention something about our life during dinner. But she cannot just come into our family and make everyone uncomfortable. Being an adult means sometimes you have to think about other people's feelings. That's very true. I think in this case I need to think about Julie's feelings. I think we may skip Christmas dinner. I think that's a bit extreme, don't you think? I don't think so. Mom, I think that's perfectly reasonable to not go to dinner. In fact, going to dinner would be extremely unfair on Julie in this instance. Apparently she dresses flamboyantly, which obviously a crime. This is so dumb. This is so stupid. I genuinely can't. I don't even know what I'm meant to think other than this mum needs to fucking check herself before she wrecks herself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
There is a very real chance that these people will never speak to this parent ever again. That is just outrageous. Just completely outrageous. I've had my fill of judging people for the day, but if we get 70 likes, we'll come back and do some more judging. Don't overreact, but this video is now over.